And now we welcome in the newest member of the New York Football Giants, outside linebacker, defensive end, defensive lineman. We'll get into that and a whole lot more with Chauncey Golston, who's a free agent addition coming over from the Dallas Cowboys. Chauncey, welcome aboard, man.
Man, happy to be here.
So you played all across the line. That's why I kind of introduced you in that nebulous way. What do you consider yourself?
A football player. You know, it's the more you can do. It's all about availability. So, you know, play 3 tech, 4 edge, special teams, you know, the more you can do.
All right, so how about this? Must have it third down stop. It's like 3rd and 8, fourth quarter. You're up 6. Teams can't score a touchdown on you. Where do you want to rush the passer from?
Oof, come on now. We got KT, we got Brian Burns, we got Big Dex, and we got Chauncey at the 3. Yeah, that sounds like I like that.
No, so that makes sense because I think on a lot of passing downs last year, when I went back and I watched all your pressures, I think probably more of your and you're more of a defensive end, right, by trade, outside linebacker. But I think most of your pressures came from that 3 tech spot. Why do you think you're such a good rusher from that 3 technique spot?
So tackles are usually the big, taller guys with the longer arms, and they match my arm size. Then I go against the guards in the center, and our arms are a little shorter. Easier for that stab to work, a little slower.
See, it's funny you say that, and I was going to talk to you about this. I feel like a lot of your pressures came from using that long arm against the guards. Talk about how you utilize that length in your pass rush.
Gotta use that guy given. gotta use that, and that was really honed in from my coaches in the past. Just like, oh, you can try to do the finesse thing. That's not truly your game, so, stick to the God givens you got. You got 35-inch arms. Use them. So,
is he? You got some guys like Brian Burns who he bends the edge, right? He has the strength and power to. But you're a pocket crusher to me. You're a guy that you're going to get the width of the pocket, right? And you're going to kind of keep that quarterback trapped in there. Is that how you identify yourself as more of a power rusher?
Yeah, I would say that would be my game, and then that helps. The quarterback got to escape over the top and push him out the pocket. Brian comes around, get him one.
Now, someone looks at your stats and they're gonna say, "Well, he had a breakout year last year. 5.5 sacks, by far the most sacks he's had in a year." Do you think it was a breakout year for you, or do you think it was just a matter of you getting more of an opportunity because there were more snaps for you to play?
Yeah, more opportunity, and then also I left a lot on that plate.
How so?
There was some sacks that I left out there, and I'm like, dang, there's no way. There's no way. But, just continue success, and don't make those same mistakes.
Do you think that you took a big jump in terms of the quality of your play from year 3 to year 4, where, look, I improved this technique, I got better at this, I got better at that? Or do you really just think, I got more snaps, so the production went up?
No, I think that I improved, especially like getting a new DC. There was like new techniques that we were doing. So like I wasn't able to be comfortable. And I received more reps inside. So that helped me more when I was on the edge going against tackles. And then I was playing like double teams from the outside compared to inside. And the guards may be slower in passing situations, but when it comes time for a true double with those guards,
that's a problem.
It's a little crazy. So that helped my game.
The Giants the last couple of years have been really trying to improve their run defense. I think probably on early downs you're probably more of a 5 tech, right, 7 tech than a 3 tech. What do you bring in terms of run defense in that respect?
First of all, tight ends never block you. So you gotta have that like that. That got to be a mindset. The situation with the tackles, from playing inside more, you're more comfortable at playing against a tackle. Because the tackles, they don't really have to grind guys to get them up out of there. They're more like position you sometimes, So just getting more comfortable in that from playing against guards.
And I got to imagine, too, with your length, you talked about it as a pass rusher, setting the edge, right? You get your long arms out on that tight end of that offensive tackle. You kind of locate the runner, keep him off you, and then you can go make the play a little bit, too, right?
That's essentially my game.
Yeah.
Hey, you know something.
I try to watch you guys before I talk to you a little bit. All right, so you went to Iowa. That was your college. This has kind of become Iowa East Coast a little bit. You have your head coach's 2 sons are here as assistants. I wrote them down so I make sure I didn't forget anybody. We got Casey Kreider, our long snapper. He was not with you there. Dane Belton played with you there, correct? Amir Smith-Marset played with you there, and Tyrone Tracy played with you there. You got all those guys. And then we just hired Liddell Betts, who was the running backs coach when you were there too. So what is it about you think? First of all, are you excited to be able to kind of reunite with all these Hawkeyes here in New York?
Yeah, that'll be great, and it would be more like with Dane because we play on the same side.
Of course.
But getting to see Amir do his thing and Tyrone, he was a receiver when I was at Iowa, and seeing him like flourish at running back, like that'll be nice. And then picking Casey's brain, like if I get a chance to rush the punt, ask him ask him some things about that. So
what
nice.
What did those guys tell you about New York when you were considering should I sign with the Giants, should I not?
Oh, I didn't even ask. You
didn't even ask them.
It was.
So why'd you come here then?
Why wouldn't I? So my little league team was the Detroit East Side, the East Side Giants.
Nice.
So it was more so like a full circle moment.
I like it.
That was nice.
Have you talked to the guys since you signed here at all?
Yeah, I've talked to them, but we haven't really went into depth with it. I was supposed to hang out with Tyrone because he was coming to Dallas, and that might get put on hold, but I'll see him here.
Are you excited to kind of be back in the elements a little bit? You said you're a Detroit guy, right? Obviously, it gets cold in Detroit. Yeah. Doesn't get so cold in Dallas. A little bit in the winters, but you guys play inside. It's not the same. Are you happy to be kind of back playing outdoor, in cold weather, element football a little bit?
Yeah. I've never actually played in a true snow game.
Really? Never in high school or anything like that?
I've had a game in high school. I'm talking about a snow game, like a real snow game, not like a little flurries. I'm talking about a legit.
Can't see the yard line.
Yeah,
snow
I've
game.
never. So this will present me with that type of opportunity.
No,
maybe
you might. You never know. Final question. So we talked about on the field stuff, off the field. Anything that you have on your New York bucket list now that you're up here and you're going to be here that you really want to kind of dig your teeth into a little bit?
Let's see. I want to do some, the one bite rule with some New York slices pizza. See what that's talking about. I more so just want to learn more about what New York has to offer, because when you're in Iowa or you're in Dallas or in Detroit, you're you hear New York, but the lens that you view it through is what movies portray. So
that's true. Well, okay, I can tell you, you got a lot of food. So a lot of food, all types of food, whatever you want. You got a lot of food. Broadway shows. I don't know if you're into that.
I've seen the Rockettes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. So you've been to the Garden then, because that's usually where they perform, or not?
I don't know. I don't know where we were at.
Okay, I imagine you were probably in the vicinity of Madison Square Garden. Have you been to a Knick game at the Garden yet? All right, you got to do that. Are you a baseball, basketball fan? What do you like?
I like basketball. Baseball is a little too slow. So
it can be. That's true. All right, so
I would love to go to a Yankees game though. So I want to see that.
We'll make it happen. Chauncey, man, welcome aboard, man. It's nice meeting you. Appreciate it, and have fun with Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Dexter Lawrence up front, man. That's going to be fun to watch from our perspective, dude.
Can't wait for it.
Appreciate it. Chauncey Golston, one of the newest members of the New York Football Giants.